आधुनिक पारंपरिक भेदद्वये प्रविभक्ते संस्कृत संगणक शास्त्रद्वय वर्गे यैः महनीयैः जनैः अस्ति कृतः क्रियमाणः च सततं प्रयासः तेषु एव प्रतिभाशालिनी सदैव श्रमोन्मुखा च राजते हैदराबाद विश्वविद्यालये आचार्यपदासीना प्रोफेसर अम्बा कुलकर्णी वर्या, यया IIT इत्यादिभ्यः संस्थाभ्यः प्रविधिपाटवं समर्ज्य ततः यथारुचि संस्कृतज्ञानं च सम्प्रयुज्य सङ्गणकभाषाविज्ञानाश्रितं शोधकार्यं सम्पादितम्। अद्य एतया एव प्रविधिप्रवीणया विशिष्टसंस्कृतसेवाव्रतिसम्मानेन अलङ्कृतया स्वनामधन्यया च प्रोफेसर अम्बा कुलकर्णीवर्यया सह साधयामः संस्कृतसङ्गणकसम्पोषकं संवादविशेषम्।
महोदये, अत्र भवत्याः स्वागतम् अस्ति। महोदये, जनश्रुतिः अस्ति यत् संस्कृतं सङ्गणकाय उपयुक्ततमा भाषा अस्ति। नासा इत्येषा संस्था अपि आर्टिफिशियल् इंटेलिजेंस इत्येतस्मिन् क्षेत्रे संस्कृतस्य प्रयोगं करोति। एतत् सन्दर्भे भवत्याः किं मतम्?
This particular thing is, I think you are referring to Rick Briggs' article, which appeared in 1985 in AI magazine. And there, Rick Briggs has very clearly mentioned that it is the knowledge representation, not Sanskrit language, but the knowledge representation that is followed using the Navya Nyaya technical language, which was a special language designed for unambiguous communications. So that language he is referring to. And what he has pointed out there is that the language, technical language of Navya Nyaya can be used, or the method that is being used for the Shabda Bodha, that is the representation of the knowledge that arises out of the verbal communication, that to represent that the Navya Nyaya technical language is used, and that representation has very much similarity, or it is very much similar to the knowledge representation techniques that are used, or knowledge representation methods that are used in the West. So it is the technical language of Navya Nyaya and the way the Shabda Bodha is expressed, which is more relevant for computers and not the Sanskrit language.
भवती पाणिनीय व्याकरणस्य परम्परायाः प्रासंगिकतां नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग इत्येतस्यै प्रणाल्यै प्रतिपादयति। एतत् सन्दर्भे अस्मत् दर्शकान् बोधयतु, सहैव एतस्याः प्रणाल्याः अनुप्रयोगम् अपि दर्शयतु।
So on one hand we have this Panini's grammar, on the other hand we have the Mimamsa Shastra. Mimamsakas, they were very much interested in understanding the Vedic texts. So in order to understand the Vedic texts, which are again a string of letters, that's it. And you need to now understand them. In order to understand, you need to split them into words, because it is a Sanhita Patha. You need to identify the word boundaries, or you need to identify the sentence boundaries. You need to know what is the relation of one sentence with another, and so on. So whole theory has been developed for this by the Mimamsakas. And this theory is known as the theory of Shabda Bodha. Later on, Nayayikas and Vaiyakaranas also joined with them, and we have now 3 schools of the theories of Shabda Bodha. So while Panini's grammar deals with the generation process, that is how the thoughts get converted into a language string, the theories of Shabda Bodha do the reverse. They help us in understanding how a given string of letters provides us the meaning. So the whole process, the to and fro process, is covered by these 2 Shastras. On the one hand we have Panini's grammar, on the other hand we have the theories of Shabda Bodha. These are complementary to each other. And these 2 theories together form one system, a system for understanding, for language processing. The processing involves both generation and analysis, and we have 2 different theories here, or Shastras. So now these 2 Shastras, For developing any technology, you need good base in the Shastras, sciences. And here we have these Shastras, which are very much useful for communication purpose, understanding the language communication. And with this advent of technology, computer technology, now computers are able to process the languages. Computers are processing the languages. So we have this language technology that is being developed for the computers. For this technology, the Shastras that are needed, and we should be very proud that it's only India which has produced all these Shastras. No other civilization has produced such deep insights into the language communication. And moreover, as all of us know, Mimamsakas, they don't believe, they say that Vedas are apaurushaya. That means the sciences, the Shastra that they have developed, they are objective in nature. And once we have such a Shastra which does not depend on any subjective influences, naturally these are very much useful for computation purpose, for building the technology. And that is how our Shastras, both the Panini's grammar as well as the theories of verbal cognition, are useful for language communication or for processing the languages, natural languages, through computers. So here you see the website of our university, the Department of Sanskrit Studies. We have developed a Sanskrit computational toolkit by name Samsadhani. And here there are several tools that are available. One of them is e-readers, where the already analyzed Sanskrit texts such as Sankshepa Ramayanam, Bhagavad Gita, Shishupala Vadam, they are available. For example, you want to understand the shloka. We have this Bhagavad Gita shloka, Društva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja
Vachanam Ubravit.
Yes. So here we now I feed in this to the machine, and machine produces an output which says, which gives you the analysis of each of the word. Say, for example, Društva, this is a Tvanta Avyaya. Similarly, Acharyam, it is the Pullinga Dvitya Ekavachana form of Acharya, and so on. And not only that, it also gives you the complete analysis of the shloka, which says that Abravit is the verb, Vachanam is the karma, Društva is related to Abravit by Purvakala Sambandha, Pandavanikam is the karma for Društva, Duryodhana is the karta for Abravit. So now we know from this graph, we can understand what is the meaning of the sentence. This is the Shabdabodha. We have represented it through a diagram. This is called a dependency tree in modern linguistics or in computational parlance. Once we have such a pictorial representation available or such analysis available, that analysis can be used to translate it into another language.
Mahodaye, Bhavati Pingalacharyasya Chandas Shastre Krita Bhuri Parishrama Swakiya Karya Vishaye Chandas Shastrasya Vaishishtya Vishaye cha Asman Bodhayatu.
What actually attracted me from Chanda Shastra is the 8th chapter. In the 8th chapter of Chanda Shastra, there are some 15 to 20 sutras, and these sutras are related to mathematics, the concepts in mathematics. So decimal to binary conversion or binary to decimal conversion, or even the combinatorics, all such concepts are there, or there are algorithms, I should say. Algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to arrive to solve any problem. So these are algorithms or something like programs which are given by Pingala in the form of sutras. Just to give one example for decimal to binary, he gives two sutras, Lardhe Saikega, that's it. And this tells us how to convert from decimal to binary. And such algorithms are studied in engineering colleges or now in 11th or 12th standard by students. So I think we should introduce these sutras to these students so that they can memorize them, because these are very small, and they can use these sutras for generating or for writing down the algorithm, etc.
महोदये, संस्कृतम् अधिकृत्य संगणकीय भाषा विज्ञान क्षेत्रे कार्यं कर्तुम् इच्छन्तः ये युवजनाः सन्ति, तेभ्यः भवती नूनं प्रेरिका एव। कृपया तेषां मार्गदर्शनं करोतु।
Well, I'm so happy that, yes, there are several students who are interested in working in this area, in this field. So for them, I will give first advice is computer programming, second is linguistics. Some background in mathematics would be good, because machine learning algorithms, etc., if you want to use, then there is a lot of statistics, mathematics, etc. So you should equip yourself with all these things. Now you will say, the Sanskrit students, how they can equip with all these things when they are in the Sanskrit colleges? I would say that if somebody knows Panini very well, he knows programming very well, so he can then understand the programs very easily with maybe 2 or 3 hours of some introduction to programming. He doesn't need much introduction, and this I have experienced with my students. My students who are very good in Panini, they can write their own programs. They can learn programming languages very easily, effectively. And they can do better jobs than computer programmers, let me tell you. Second part, mathematics. Yes, it will be a bit difficult for them to understand mathematics or statistics, but then nowadays there are many courses, open courses available for data sciences. I think those students who are really interested in making career in computational linguistics, doing research in computational linguistics, the Sanskrit students should also go for such online courses on data science, etc., so that they know what kind of machine learning approaches are being used, and they can think, they can equip themselves in a better way.
भवत्या संस्कृत संगणक विषये एवं विचाराः प्रकटिताः। भवत्यै धन्यवादाः।
Namaste.